All right, it's Miami's #1 dance music station, Revolution 935. Jordan Sanchez here. And you know me, I'm a big wrestling fan. This weekend, All Elite Wrestling is in town. They are at the James L. Knight Center on Friday for Rampage and Saturday for AEW Dynamite. And of course, I got my floor seats. I'm right there in the action. I'll be there both nights, and I'm super happy, super lucky to be joined by one of the biggest stars of All Elite Wrestling. The Mad King himself is in the 305. It's Eddie Kingston. What up, man?
Man, what's going on, man? Right now, the Rangers are down 2-0.
Oh yeah,
that's what I got on in the background. I'm here with you. I'm hearing you. I'm listening. But I got one eye on the game, man.
It's all good. I feel you.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man. I mean, it seems like it, dude. I mean, everyone's really excited about AEW. At least I am, all the wrestling fans that are there. But for the casual wrestling fan that might be going out to an AEW show for the first time, what can they expect from such a new promotion or the new big dog on the block like AEW?
You said it the best, man. You said new. They're going to see new stars, new people, new everything. It's different. You know what I mean? And everyone needs a little bit of different in their lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's to any new pro wrestling fans out there that haven't seen AEW yet. It's new. Get ready for something new.
Definitely, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why I got so attracted to AEW. Even though coming into it, you may know some names, and you see some of the classic guys like Sting and the Rhodes family showing up. But a lot of the new guys are what's really making this promotion really pop. And I remember when AEW first decided to take the show on the road, they were again new. They were at UM. It was a small venue. It was really tiny. And if I'm not mistaken, this is not even like 2 years ago. You weren't even on the company at this time, by the way. So. Now we're fast forward. We're here now with a huge run of shows just wrapping up in your home state of New York. It's a ratings king on TV. Every night people are talking about it. I feel like when I go to work, I'm talking about wrestling like how I was talking about wrestling when I was like in middle school during the Monday Night Wars. So what do you think AEW has done to the wrestling landscape to make it so that it's gotten to this point?
Well, first off, I don't care about ratings. That's not my job. That's way above my pay grade. You know what I mean? So if the ratings are good, I don't know anything about it. All I know is what I got to do in the ring and how I got to handle my business. And you know what I mean? Especially with me and Mox, or me, Mox and Darby, or just me by myself, whatever it is, I got to handle mine. But since you mentioned the ratings, okay, I guess they're good, right?
Yeah.
So that means we got to be doing something, right? Like, I don't know numbers, man. I don't deal with numbers. I just deal with what I feel when we're out there in front of the people and, traveling again and everything. And like, we talk about Miami. Miami was the first time I was ever on the road with AEW, was in Miami, when it was me and Penta against the Young Bucks for the tag titles in that match where I got kicked in the face with a thumbtack to my mouth. It was a lot of fun, folks. But Miami still has a special place in my heart. But like you said, man, news, that's the key word. New, man. You know what I mean? You want to get in, on the ground floor. You want to get in so you can feel like you're part of something special. And that's what everybody is, man, when they come to AEW or they check it out, man. You're going to be treated to something special and be part of something special.
Definitely. And I'm glad you said special, because when you watch AEW wrestling, it definitely feels like something special. And it's not just a crowd. It's not just, the guys in the locker room. It's you, the wrestlers, that are putting on a show. And specifically guys like you that, your story is that you clawed your way up. You had a rough time coming up to the big time, right? Your story in particular is quite the inspiring one. And a lot of people that are casual fans really don't know how it is to live life in the wrestling industry, the rigors of coming up in the indies and stuff. So tell me about that. Talk to someone who might not know much about you and how that life is and why it's so important for you to be at the level you are now.
Well, first off, everything, all the hardships that I went through on the independents, I did to myself. You know what I mean? You got to take responsibility. I was the idiot yelling at certain promoters, or I was the idiot calling out a certain wrestler, and next thing you know, that certain wrestler has power. Or I was a wise ass to the wrong, person who has a little bit of stroke at certain places, and me not caring and then blaming others. But, as you get older, you learn. But my hardships were, my struggles I brung on myself. I kind of thrive in chaos and struggle. But anyway, You know what I mean? It's a lot of travel, not good travel either. Being in the car with 5 guys, you know what I mean, in a small car. Uh, you know, you're so happy to be flown and stuck in coach. You're happy. You know what I mean? Without you don't care if it's the middle seat. You're just happy you're being flown instead of being in a car for 12 hours. You're on a 2-hour flight. You know what I mean? But stuff like that, you know what I mean? Not always being able to eat, you know, properly, you know, sharing appetizer samplers with a couple of the boys, you know what I mean? You may get 1 or 2 mozzarella sticks, you know, but you know, you got lying promoters, and then, you know, you got hardships, but I believe that if you really do love something and like you don't want to do anything else and you have a passion for something, man, you just got to do it, because like 2020 has shown with the pandemic, man, nothing, like for real, let's think about this. Nothing's certain. Like I never thought I would see a virus or breaking out or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that alone should wake people up, and just, you know, if you love something, keep doing it, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do it to the end, or, you know, get out.
Yeah.
So find something else that makes you happy.
For sure.
If it's too hard for you. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's amazing. I'm glad that you're getting like inspirational, Eddie, because these are the kind of conversations I like that.
Here's the thing. I hate that. People say, Eddie, you're inspirational. I don't like that, because I'm just me. This is me not being inspirational. This is me realizing how long it took me to stop screwing up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right.
You know what I mean? It took a pandemic for me to go, man, maybe I should focus a little bit more. Man, maybe I should worry about myself instead of this, that, the third. You know what I mean? I'm not being inspiring, man. I just, at my age, I decided to finally grow up. That's it, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to inspire nobody. That's it.
I guess the word I'm looking for is real, and I think that's what kind of like you're one of the real ones, right? Because like that's something that you see immediately when you come out on TV like that. I mean, this Eddie Kingston, he's a real one. He's one of the real guys, and like you have that. Like you mentioned, you have a little bit of like you could get on someone's nerve, maybe the wrong person, but you have that in you too. Like you've kept that, and it's been a part of you as a professional wrestler for a long time. So you could argue that it's actually gotten you to this point, right?
Yeah, you know what, man? I wear all my flaws like armor, man. You know what I mean? Because believe it or not, my flaws is what makes me stronger. It's insane. Yeah. It's insane. My big mouth got me the opportunity to wrestle Cody, and my big mouth has also gotten me in trouble. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? Me being a little rough around the edges has turned certain people off from me, but not Tony Khan. You know what I mean? Me being rough around the edges, he sort of liked. You know what I'm saying? So it also being, and I hate using the term real because that's been so overdone. Maybe just genuine and being who you are. Yeah. Maybe is a better way to put it. You know what I mean? Is being genuine and true to who I am. I was able to build a lot of relationships in that locker room through the independents. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you know, like I said, my big mouth and, you know, sometimes being ready, and I'm going to do air quotations for those who can see this good, real has got me in trouble, but has also helped me make strong bonds with certain people. My circle is very small, but you know what I mean? And a lot of those people are in AEW, and a lot of those people have my back, you know, like Mox. Mox is one of them, you know?
Now, Mox kind of shares a lot of the same characteristics as you do. Kind of like has a big mouth, kind of rubs people the wrong way, but you know, gets things done, right?
He's more stoic than I am. He's more of the John Wayne. He's more of the John Wayne type. I'm not. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm the loudmouth. He's more in the background, like with the great one-liner or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I'll put it to you like this. He's like Dirty Harry. You know what I mean? He's like Clint Eastwood, and I'm just a taller version of Joe Pesci.
I think that's a perfect analogy of you two, man. That really works. And I love that you mentioned that your big mouth got you to fight Cody, got you in a match with Cody, and that's how it all started for you at AEW, right? Like you were fighting for a contract. So I think that whole thing kind of like put a lot of eyes on you and kind of had people like, you know, root for you in a way, even though you were a heel, right, or a bad guy in the industry.
I don't think of myself as a heel or a face or good or bad. I'm Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Take it for what it is, man. Either boo me, cheer for me. I don't care. Just watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me and get invested in what I do, because what I do is me. Eddie Kingston is me at 17 years old. This is how I was at 17, and that's it. Some people liked me as a teenager and wanted to hang out. Others didn't. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just the way it is. Not everyone's gonna like you. Yeah. Let alone love you. You know what I mean? But you know, just I don't know, man. Just me being me is Eddie Kingston is me at 17, man. Just out of my mind. And the whole thing with fighting Cody was that it was during the pandemic. I was broke, and I was selling my wrestling gear to pay my mortgage. Because like most not Americans, like most New Yorkers, that's what I meant to say. Like most New Yorkers, we get tired of the cold and we move to Florida, and that's where I'm at. So I had to pay the mortgage. Next thing you know, I'm getting broke. I just decided to call out Cody and two others, Zack Sabre Jr. and Nick Aldus. And
the biggest guys across all the promotions, basically. You're just putting out a challenge, right?
Plus, also, I just don't like Zack Sabre Jr. I would love to smack him. You know what I mean?
I would love to see that, actually.
Yeah, you know what, man? Whatever. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not going to try to book my own thing when no one's going to book it because he's scared. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And he knows what I'm talking about. You know, but anyway, where was I? Okay, so anyway. I was dirt broke. I called out Cody. For some reason, Twitter, I didn't know that many people on Twitter cared. I had the match. I'm getting hit up by Britt Baker telling me I'm trending. And like I told everybody, and I'll keep saying it to the day I die, I was like, I don't know what that means. Like, am I getting paid extra? And she was like, no. And I was like, okay. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And I got so much love that it was hard for me to accept it at a little bit. You know what I mean? Because that was overwhelming to me. I appreciate it, but me being me, I was uncomfortable in my own skin for a minute. But I do appreciate it, and you know, because of that love, I'm here where I'm at now.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's also, you know, it's the big mouth, but it's also the hard work, the big work ethic that you have. I'm sure if you didn't work your ass off, they wouldn't have given you a match with Cody for the TNT title at the time, right?
Very true, yeah.
Never would have happened. And not only that, then they team you up with Penta and Fenix, who are now the current tag team champions at AEW. And then after that, they move you to Jon Moxley, the former AEW world champion. So clearly they have a lot of trust in you. Clearly the big mouth hasn't gotten you in that much trouble. So
yeah, hopefully it doesn't. That's an everyday struggle. Yeah. Fighting old demons is an everyday struggle, man.
Yeah, I hear you, man. That's very true. But you know, guys like Cody and Tony, the owner or the head guy at Tony Khan at AEW, what does it feel like when they put so much trust in you and the fans too? Because the fans kind of put trust in you to carry along that program, you know?
Yeah. Getting trust by anybody in your profession is a great feeling. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, man, there were certain points where I felt like maybe I didn't belong in AEW. And then there was a match where I felt like I hung in with Mox and the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. And to get that feeling of being able to hang in there, whether, you know, whatever, you win or lose or win or learn, as I like to say. But for the first time since I've been with AEW, I felt like I belonged. So getting that respect is also very important. There was not just of the EVPs and, of course, of the owner, but of the boys. And when I say the boys, I also mean the females in the locker room. They're pro wrestlers. I'm not going to say male wrestlers, female wrestlers. Wrestlers are wrestlers. You want to start, like, you know, giving everybody equal opportunity to start with the words first. So the boys, which also includes the girls, getting the respect of your peers, the boys in the back, means a lot more to me, honestly. You know what I mean? Than money. Money's great, though. Don't get it twisted. Let's not put that out there that I don't like the dough, you know?
Yeah, no, for real, absolutely. But it's important for wrestlers to be heard and wanted, and I think that's something that AEW provides for the wrestler. I mean, I'm not a wrestler, but I could see that you guys are invested in your own storylines and in your own characters and in the direction things are going, and you listen to the fans. And like you said, it's something new, and that's what we're all looking forward to. Eddie Kingston, man, anything that you want to tell us, anything that you're looking forward to in specific for this weekend in Miami, aside from the parties?
I'm looking forward to when I land at 9:30 in the morning. I got to do a little thing in LA.
Okay.
The night before, so I'm gonna be real happy to land in Miami, folks. I'll tell you that much. You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm probably gonna look for a barber, so I'm gonna look forward to that in Miami. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got you if you need a hookup. Don't worry.
No, that also, man. Miami has an energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what part of Miami you go to, if you go to the hood or the nice part, it has the energy to it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely looking forward to it, especially getting home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're looking forward to it too. We're super excited. I know I'm personally excited. I got my floor seats right there, right by the aisle. So if you see some lanky, tall, skinny guy with his arms in the air, that's me. That's me right there.
Also, someone took my Terry Funk shirt last time I was there when I fought.
No.
I threw it down after choking, I think, Nick Jackson with it, and someone got it. But, yo, whoever got it, yo, good for you. Much respect.
Yo, we got to get you a Terry Funk shirt. We got to get you a Terry Funk shirt, a replacement, right?
Nah, let the people live, man. Trust me, I can get another one. Let the people live. I just wanted to put it out there that I know someone took it. I didn't want you to think that you didn't, that I didn't know.
Yo, Eddie Kingston never forgets, bro.
Never.
All right.
It's also 1-0. They took off the goal.
Oh, nice.
So
Good.
only 1-0. All right.
All right, we're good. Well, hey, Eddie Kingston, get back to the game. I'm so glad that you got to sit down with me. I fanboy a little bit, so forgive me if I was a little nervous, But thank you so much. I will see you out there at the James L. Knight Center Friday for Rampage, Saturday for a special edition of AEW Dynamite right here. What's up?
Also, don't forget the Buyin.
Oh yeah, the Buyin. They just announced that.
I'm on Twitter here and there. You know what I mean? And I heard about the Buyin with Suzuki and Bryan, which is insane.
That's absolutely crazy.
And then it's like Bobby Fish and Lee Moriarty. You got the British style of wrestling, the old world class style of wrestling. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry, World of Sport Wrestling by Lee Moriarty against the striking of Bobby Fish. You know what I mean? Muay Thai fighter. And then, of course, you got Bryan to Suzuki. You know what I'm saying?
That's blowing my mind.
And if someone pisses me off, I'll be on the show.
Oh, perfect. So
I'll be there regardless.
So it's a good likelihood. It's a good likelihood then, because someone's always pissing you off.
Before I get to Mox and have him, a Modelo with him or Corona or something, someone's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, for
sure. You may see something, but tune in, come, do whatever you got to do. Check it out.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a historic night of wrestling here in Miami. Catch it. James L. Knight Center, Friday and Saturday. All Elite Wrestling. Eddie Kingston, thank you for sitting down with me. Thank you for taking so much time out of your day, out of your night to sit down. And good luck this weekend, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man.
Of course, bro.